Just have your feet shoulder width apart. Just spend a bit of time getting your feet in the right spots. Gently draw the toes in so that you activate the arches of the foot, and just sink down with your hips and lengthen up through the head. And just take some slow, deep breaths. Feel the space under each of your shoulder joints. Relax the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists and the hands. Just spend a bit of time as you breathe in and out, relaxing those areas. Just create some space. Sink down with the hips. Create some space around the hips, knees, ankles and the feet. Lengthen up through the spine so the head floats up, the chin is holding a small ball, and tailbone and sitting bones sink down. Imagine you have all the time in the world and all the space in the world. Notice your breath. So notice the breath as it comes in. Notice the breath as it comes out. Relax around jaw. Sink the hips. So we're just spending a little bit of time on the breath. Notice any sounds you can hear. So you're listening behind and you're listening above. So do be aware that in warm weather your joints can kind of swell a bit. So that's why it's important in warm weather to do a warm-up. Yeah, but we're going to do a nice gentle one today. So sink down, check your posture, and then very carefully we're going to turn our waist, relax the arms, and just very gently turn to each corner. Just breathe in and out while you're doing it. Still aware of the contact with the feet. Still got this soft springy feeling in the body. You're sinking your hips, you're sinking your shoulders, you're lengthening through the spine. You're aware of your breathing. You're listening behind and above as you softly gaze forwards. I'll show you that from the side. we've got a few more weeks left of this class. We're running until the end of August. I will be away the first 2 weeks of September, and then this class will be restarting on the 20th of September, hopefully from a venue that I'll be live broadcasting from, and also hopefully have some people actually coming to the hall as well. I'm still in negotiation with Ross Street at the moment, but just do be aware, if you are in a class with me and we're not outdoors, you might have to wear a mask, just because that's what that's the thing these days. But whereas if you're on Zoom, you can just, you know, you're fine. So just gently draw in the toes, and you want to ease yourself in to just allow the mobility to increase naturally as you're doing this move, rather than like forcing anything. So what else happened? Yeah, on Saturday I spent the day training with Corella and Everca Scuba, and I've had an update on both Dragonfly Skims the Water and an update on White 8 offers fruit. And it's so hot, we may have a look at those later on, I'm not sure. We'll see how we get on. But there is a video on Facebook of me doing those two exercises already, and I will be putting up on the Grey Heron YouTube channel. So there are lots of videos on the YouTube channel that you are very welcome to have a look at. Keep breathing, very good. So you just want to really floppify the arms, and one of the things to bear in mind when you're doing these arts is you don't ignore the environment you're in. You take that into account with whatever you are doing. So for those of you that come to my punching and kicking classes on Thursdays and Fridays, if it's not a thunderstorm, we'll probably be keeping at the same easy pace, because then we're taking into account our environment. Very important. Okay, while you're doing this, sink the hips, sink the shoulders, and think about having a good posture. Fab. Okay. Tune into your posture. Make sure you're nice and correctly aligned. Feel the feet. And then imagine you're a big spring and just feel that springiness. So when you're doing this, you want to let go in the lower back. I'll just show you. So round here, back, let go. Breathe, very good. So, just let the arms rock and fold, rock and open. I'll show you that from the diagonal view. So I'm really tuning into that elastic feeling in the body. I'm letting go in both of my shoulders, and you want to really feel tall, really tall through the crown of the head. Like that. This class will be, if it's recorded correctly, I'll edit it and then put that up on YouTube, on Grey Heron YouTube channel as well, so you can revisit the classes you've been to, and you know, there might be something you've missed, and then you can go and look at the class and think, oh yes. Now, you're all very welcome to do that for your own training. And then turn the palms up like that. But before we do that, let's shake out and actually, yeah, we will have a closer look at this because it's actually, the components of it aren't that complicated, so it should be perfectly okay on a warm day to cope with. Do have a sip of water or tea or whatever if you need some. Yeah, so the main issue to be aware of when you're doing loosening exercise number 1, the one I learnt from Master Chung, is the movement of the weight from one foot to the other and where your front is pointing. So you want to be aware of the feet, you want to be aware of what's happening in the waist, and also that you're looking forwards and upright and avoiding looking on the ground. You want to look straight ahead. Breathing in and out, relax the shoulders. So I'll just show it to you first. I'll show it from the front and I'll show it from the diagonal view, and I'll also show it from the back. So just relax and watch for a bit. Yeah, we're practicing our observation skills today. It's, you know, yeah, excellent. So from the front, I'll start here. I transfer the weight and turn. And I'm breathing and I'm feeling the springs. I'm just doing it slowly for now so you can see what's going on. Okay, so that's what it looked like from the front. Turn to the diagonal view. See if you notice anything different. Okay, one thing I've noticed, my eyes are moving first. So when I get to here, my eyes have already started moving in those directions, if that helps. Look at it from the back. Okay, let's just try that out. So what we'll do is we'll break it down and just concentrate on the feet first. So draw the toes in, allow the weight to settle just behind the ball of each foot. So in that, the acupuncture point called a bubbling well, or yonchuan. So you just, in fact, if you take a slightly wider stance, just to give yourself a bit more room to manoeuvre, and then relaxing the hips, you sink. And then sink. Yeah, on Saturday, Evoca Scuba was explaining wave hands like clouds, in relation to really sinking the hips. I will get back to you on that once I've worked out what she meant. I'm going to have to phone her up. So, what are you talking about? And once she's explained it and I can do it, I will of course pass it on. But it was they were really emphatic about it, and I thought, oh, so that's just a mental note. When we look at wave hands like clouds again, it might have changed. Okay, keep breathing, be nice and full, nice and tough, back the shoulder. That's it. So, as well as sinking the hips, you want your knees pointing where the toes point. Okay, now this time, sink. Now turn away from the sunk leg, and that should make the feeling of contact through the leg stronger. Sink down, and you're still upright and tall. Now transfer your weight, sink and turn. Transfer your weight, sink and turn. Transfer your weight, sink and turn. Draw your toes in so that you're activating the arches of the foot. Make sure your knees are pointing where the toes point, and you're scanning with your eyes, and it's this soft focused gaze. So in the sort of traditional, like a traditional Chinese instructor would say, you've got the eyes of a sleepy tiger when you're looking. So it's relaxed but alert. Okay, so that's the legs. Give that a shake, because that's actually quite a strong exercise. Even though it doesn't feel like you're doing anything, we're actually exercising our muscles in a postural mode of action. And most of the time we're rushing about so much, your postural muscles don't really get a proper look. One of the advantages of exercising posturally is it does help with your bone strength and bone density. It does help improve that. Yeah. So next, let's have a look at the arms. So what we're going to do, we're not going to move. We're just going to look at the arms. So we just very slowly float up with the arms, and then let the arms come down, and then one comes across the front, and then straight for the train. And the other comes across the back. I will show you that from the back. And as much of the arm in contact with the body as possible. And you want to relax the shoulders and relax the arms. Then you let them drop down. So you don't need to move them, they just fall down. And then the momentum of the downward and the natural springs will then cause the arms to come up. And then they come down. One goes across the front, one goes across the back. Breathe in and out, just feel comfortable with moving. Okay, I think we've got, while both of those are cooking, I reckon we can put them together now. Have a little look. Like this. So, you can speed up a little, or you can slow down. Keep going. I'm just going to move the, if you can sort out the sun levels, if I move that, that should help a bit. Yep. And just use the natural springs in the body. Show you that from the diagonal view. So again, nice and tall. So, on the YouTube channel there is a video on the loosening. We'll do some very gentle exercises afterwards as well. Okay, one more time each side. So just allow that to kind of knit together over the week. Check your posture. Let the arms drop. Breathing. Relax the shoulders, sink the hips, feel the ground under your feet. Relax the hands. And check your posture. So just take a bit of time. Almost, it's almost like you're kind of luxuriating in your routine, if that helps. So just feeling really comfortable and really solid, and enjoy your Wu Chi stance. Like in when you see in the back of trucks and taxis sometimes, how's my driving? It's the same kind of thing. How's my Wu Chi? That's what you want to be asking yourself. Lots of space. Turn the waist, just let the arms swing backwards and swing forwards. Get from the diagonal view. So, looking forwards, listening, behind and above. So we'll look at some leg loosening exercises as well as the arm loosening. They did touch on that on the day retreat I went to on Saturday. Very hot. Yeah. It was a day retreat from this doorstep. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're all still breathing. Turning the body and relax. Lovely. Okay, so now just slowly come to a stop. Again, notice your posture. So the theme for today is alignment. So that's what we're coming back to, our alignment, so we can get into our root. Very good contact with the ground. Nice solidity. Okay, now we'll do wobbling, but we'll do it in two halves. So you can place your hand on your lower dantian and just swing the arm round into a circle. Now I have a circle coming towards my leg. You can do an angled circle. I think it depends on the Coriolis effect. Just now focus in on your shoulder joint. We're breathing. Okay, and then try that with the other arm. So you place your hand on your lower dantian, check your posture, that you're nicely aligned. Relax. Then you move. So it's quite similar. I've been doing in this this whole lockdown and pandemic business been going on. I've been going to a lot more Tai Chi lessons of my teachers, and I've also been going to a lot of music workshops. And one thing I noticed that they both have in common is the importance of the quiet bits and the silence and the stillness. So you're not it's not like a consistent activity of doing. It's interspersed with these pauses and the quietness, which links into moving from stillness within movement. So I've really been sort of focusing on that, and actually being able to find a still place, like use both hands. Very important for all activities, including things like prayer or meditation and that kind of thing. Finding that still space, it's quite crucial really, when there's a lot of rushing around and uncertainty. There's something reassuring about that the quietness is still there. Yeah, there you go. So, again, nice and tall. So eventually the arms move the same amount and the same way, and that's what you're aiming for. Let go in the lower back, sink the hips, feel nice and tall and comfortable, owning your space. Shake out. Right, a little bit on the legs, and then we'll just go back to the joints. So yeah, so we're gonna go, I'll show you with an arm. We're gonna go forwards and back with one leg, and then out round that way, and then round the other. So you want your hips level, transfer the weight, sink that hip, and then this leg just swings forward and back. You can use a chair or a wall, and the leg is on the outside of the thing that you're using balancing. And you just feeling, show that from the side. I'm going behind and in front, and just letting that swing. If you can stand on a pavement ledge, you can just let that swing more freely, and it's probably better to do these exercises that I'm doing now at the edge of a pavement. If you've got, if you need to hold on to something, do hold on to something, but just because then you can really feel that swing. Obviously, because we're not standing on our arms, that's why these can swing more freely. But you can do the same in when you're standing on your legs. Okay, now outwards. Inwards. Have a little shake. Same leg though. Now we're gonna straighten and bend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Round and round with the foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Round and round with the foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake out. Try that with the other leg. So forwards and back. Sink the hips. So looking forwards, listening behind. Check your posture, outward circle. So, yeah, the surface I'm standing on is actually rather uneven, but that's okay. Inward circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little shake out, and then stretch and bend, ankle rotations, and ankle up and down. Check your posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake out. Okay, hands on the chest, shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dragon serves teacup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. Shake out. And then wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. So we're getting the circulation in our hands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over and under. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shake out. And then wiggling the fingers up and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lovely. Okay, check out. Hands on the hip. Circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's have a look at some of the basic exercises. Gosh, that was an epic warm-up, wasn't it? Never mind, this is, we want to make sure our joints are happy and mobile in hot weather. So you should feel the difference now. Let's have a look at Master Chung's arm exercise. Now we've done this thing, so we can feel the sensation right to the fingertips. I'll just show you that from the diagonal view. So we breathe in, go 1. Stick the hips, breathe out. 2, extend the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out, let go, between the shoulder blades, let go, down, arm, muscle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Letting go. And while you're letting go, tune into your alignment and that quiet place. 1, 2, extend, stretch. 3, release. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, letting go down the arm muscles, letting go between the shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3. Imagine you're moving through water. So as you're bringing the hands in, as the hands are coming down, imagine what that sensation would be like, feeling the water moving past your arms as you move. Sink the hips as you go down. Bend. Breathe. Lots of space in the palms of the hands. The arms relax, lengthen through the spine. Check your posture, sink the hips. This time bring the hands close to each other, and we'll just go through open close exercise. So you open, wrists lead the fingers, breathe in, close, wrists close, fingers close, open, close. Sink the hips, lengthen through the spine. Softly gaze forward, listen, behind and above. Three fingers follow. Close the fingers follow. Elbows, wrists, fingers open. Elbows, wrists, fingers slow. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers open. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers slow. Okay, nice and relaxed. And then chest, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers open. Chest, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers close. And then as you come forwards, slightly come forwards towards toes, and then sink into the back heel. So in a chair, you're slightly leaning forwards, and then you push down with the feet and end up back in your sitting bones and upright, doing it in a chair. Okay, and then go to shoulder height. Oh, keep going. That's my 10-minute warning. Oh my goodness, 10-minute warning bell already. Right. So we're just creating a bit more space in the body. Okay, and then head height. Sink the hips. Relax in the lower back. One more time. And then the lower one. And then each time make the movement slightly smaller. And just slowly come to a halt. Check posture. Take my hat off now the sun's moved. Great. Just bring the hands round and hold the ball. So Cheng Bao. I'll show you this on the diagonal view. And then the bear. Take a slightly wider stance if you need to. Feel the weight shift and turn, shift and turn. One more time each side. Little shake up. We'll have a look at a couple of the moves I did on Saturday. Do have some water if you need some. So you want to keep hydrated. So yeah, water break. How are we doing for time? Oh gosh, right. Okay, let's have a look. Place one foot forward, and we'll just go into a shortish Wu Chi stance. We'll go like this. So the lifting water. So you come forwards, and then keeping the hands palm up. You come down. You sink. I'll show you that from the side. Do a few of these. Okay, now this time, get to here, turn the palms over and sink back. Imagine your hands are resting on a ball, a big beach ball that's in the water, and then the ball pushes your hands up. Then you go over, push the ball down into the water, pull it into you, and then feel the ball push up your hands from the pressure of the water. Okay, try that with the other foot forward. So you want to be very careful and deliberate about where you place your feet. I think this one's called shui jiao, I think. I'll check. I could be talking complete rubbish. So. But anyway, in English it means lifting water. So I know that bit. I'll look up the Chinese on the Chinese Internal Arts Association website. They've got all these written down. All through the body. Soft hands. One more. Turn the palms over and rolling a ball in the water. through the body, very nice. Sink the hips. One more time. Transfer the weight and turn. Transfer the weight and turn, and we're just going to do this one. Don't know the name of this one. Imagine the next time you're buying your loo roll and you need to take it off the shelf, you can do it this way now. So it's very soft, very open and relaxed hands, soft and light. Okay, and then, just to finish off with, we'll do this one. Down, transfer, turn. Down, transfer, turn. So, those of you that are walking, cat down, cat stance. In fact, you can do this sitting down. You can do your cat stance as well. Go into cat stance. One more time, each side. Right. Rather a lot of techniques in a short period of time, but never mind. Just do 3 of these. Stroke the back, and then we'll do 3 stroke the backs, and then we'll do embrace the tiger and turn to the mountain. Then embrace the tiger, return the mountain. So, those of you that are staying for the second part, we will be looking at dragonfly skims the water and why take off as fruit. And I haven't got a seated version of Dragonfly Skims the Water. I will rectify that as soon as possible and put it up on Facebook first, and then hopefully at the Grey Heron Internal Arts website, YouTube channel. One more time. So come back to your good alignment and correct posture. Sink the hips all through the body. And we'll see if it works today. Rub the hands together. And polish the face. And we'll rub the hands together again and give the lower back a rub. One more embrace tiger. Stand for a moment. Feel ground under your feet, feel your head float up, feel your hips in. Relax the shoulders. Lengthen through the spine. Make a fist with the right hand left hand over the top, feet together, and back. Yeah. Okay, those of you that are staying, have a short water break. Those of you that are leaving, well done. That was really nice. And see you next week. Right, we'll have a short water break, and then we're going to have a look at why tape offers fruit. Yeah. So, not really concentrating too much on 24 step this evening. It's too hot, and also the other reason is I learnt this slight variation of it on Saturday, and I'm still trying to work it out. So I might as well share it with everybody. So yeah. Right. So if you haven't done why tape offers fruit, there are quite a few why tape offers fruit videos on my Facebook page. If you just do my name in Facebook, you don't even need to be like on Facebook, because I've made them all public, so anyone can view my videos. And there's also some, I think there's one on the Grey Heron, there ought to be one on the Grey Heron website, but just have a little look at why tape offers fruit. This you can do in a chair. There is a chair one on the Facebook. I'll make sure I've got a few more on the YouTube, then everyone's got lots of ways of finding these videos. So start here, you step, transfer the weight. We did have a look at this morning. Then bring the hand towards the other. This hand comes down a bit, pull back. You sink forwards, hold the ball, sink back. So I'll just show you a few, and then we're going to have a look at it without stepping at first. Let me just press play again. Have the relaxing music on, so it lulls us into a false sense of security. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down, and basically, again, this is in a chair or in a standing up step. Just watch. You part the wild horse's mane. So this is quite a large one. This is larger than what we'd do if we was doing 24 step. It's large frame. You open. So you keep your weight more forward. You open, you feel that stretch. Then you release the stretch. As you release the stretch, this palm comes down and this hand comes towards the other. You transfer your weight back. As that pulls back, this hand adjusts. You sink forward. This hand curves around the ball. You sink back. Bending both legs. This hand drops down. This hand. Now, this is where you'd step forwards, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to bring the leg in, go into cat stance, and we'll do the same on the other side, and we won't go any faster than that. Heel, out. And breathing, that's very important. So open the palms, that's it. Now, keeping the weight in that leg, turn. So this is, you've got to stretch all the way down here, all the way across the diagonal with the fingers. Then you release that stretch. This hand comes up, this hand comes over. Sink back. So, sink forward. This hand curves around, hold forward. Sink down. we did this on Saturday, it was much smaller. But the problem is, if I make it too small, you won't be able to tell what I'm doing. So I'm exaggerating things a bit, but once you've got it, just make the movement smaller. Down. Very good, then. Yep, perfect. So, those of you that were here this morning, I can see you've already improved since. That's great. Those of you that weren't here this morning, well, you know, what can I say? So, you can come to more than one class. We'll try one more, and then we'll break it down even more. What a relief. Oh. Okay, let's just go back to silk reeling 1 and 2. So, actually we'll start with silk reeling 2. So, you'll put your weight over there. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay, just stop and practice your observation again. Imagine a big wheel like that, and what you're doing is you're tracing the inside wheel with your fingertips, or maybe you're following the wheel as it goes round and round very slowly, like a water wheel. They travel round quite slow. Relax around there. Sink. Okay, that was so good. We'll do the other side now. So you've got your big water wheel, and you want to relax the shoulders. So we spent the best part of the earlier class getting our joints happy. So maintain that happiness and room in the joints. Sink hips. That's cool. And one more circle. Little shake. Right, we'll now change to silk reeling number 1. We start here. You transfer your weight, check that you're nicely lined up, turn the waist. So, silk reeling number 1 is very useful silk reeling for moves such as wave hands like clouds. Keep breathing, very nice, very smooth. If we were, if we were in our display team and we all had the silk suits on with the grey herons up each leg, everyone would be noticing how remarkably smooth we're all looking right now. So well done, everybody, that's great. Okay. Soften the palms of the hands more and think about your circle. So, lovely, slow moving water wheel. Okay, now let that hand rest on the top of the thigh and then change sides. So again, you've got this curved shape of the arm, and the arm is floating. Notice what you can see as you look forwards. Notice what you can hear as you listen behind and above. So you're feeling very present and solidly connected to the ground. Have a little shake out. Let's have a look at the first part of the movement. So, step, heel, toe, transfer the weight. So you want to make sure your arms are balancing each other and your weight's forward and you're sinking your hips. And you've got your soft focus gaze and you've got this lovely kind of spacious feeling in the body. And then we'll just do. We'll do 5. So every time I do anything with Carell or ever, I usually repeat things. I usually do something 5 times. So let's. Quite useful. 4. 5. Okay. Now we'll do the other side. I'll try and move out of the sunshine. 1. So don't have to go too big. It can be quite subtle. This when Carell was demonstrating it on Saturday, very subtle. 3. 4. And then this hand comes down, transfer the weight, and then pull back. Watch again. 1, 2, 3. 1. Stretch. 2. Release. 3. 'Stretch. Release. Pull back. And then when you get here, adjust your hand. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Adjust the hand. Double shake out. We'll do that on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Sink it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's an extra bit. Oh, well, never mind. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Right, 3 that side. So we've done our that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, next. All of it. Right. more time each side, and then I'll show you the full thing. Okay, so now you combine what we've just done with a 4-part walking pattern, sort of. So have a look. Yeah. Let's just give it a go, and then we'll relax a bit. So you don't even need to make it that big, you can just do it quite small. Room for one more? Yes, I have. Oh, dimples. Okay, so we've run out of time, unfortunately, but just so you can see what we might have a look at next week is dragonfly skims the water. You can do this sitting down too. I will do a video of it sitting down, so you know everyone's included. But just so you can see. So what they're doing now is wait for the noisy train to go past. Is the hand that's behind is slightly higher than the hand that's in front. So there's a kind of diagonal angle thing going on. So this is fresh from Saturday. So you sink your hips, you raise the leg, and then this comes like this. And then you... And in a chair, actually, just so you're not... It's small, that chair, but you... See? It's just as tricky in a chair. Look at that. Especially if your chair's too small for you. Yeah. Okay, so I think, okay, why not? How are we doing for time? Oh yeah, we've got a couple of minutes. So for our grand finale, let's do Dragonfly Skims the Water. Just give it a go. We'll have a proper look at it next week. Honestly. Right, that will do. Breathe in. That. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. One more time. Gently breathe in and out. Really feel a solid connection to the ground. Nice and tall through the body. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together, and